Well, hey y'all, and welcome to Shade in the City. I'm your girl Treese, and hey y'all, it's my birthday. It's my birthday. But anyway, y'all know I'm here to give you guys the recap of Beyond the Gates, of course, season 1, episode 8. So Tuesday's episode. All right. So if you haven't already, please make sure you hit that like button for me. And you guys, if you haven't already and you like what you're seeing, and go ahead and hit that subscribe button. But yeah, y'all, let's jump right into it. And yeah, let's get shady on my birthday. All right, y'all. So first off, let's talk about how I love Nicole. Um, However, for her being a therapist, she absolutely gives me naive. I think here's why I like her, right? She definitely looks for the best in people, right? However, as we kick off this episode, we see Nicole walking into her office, and Eva's already there, ready for her first day. And so Nicole is a little caught off guard because she's like, "Oh, you didn't get the like group message where I said that we were gonna start, have a late start today." And Eva's like, "Oh no, but I just wanted to show up and leave a good impression on my first day." That's weird. That's weird. I don't know about y'all. Drop down in the comments. That's weird AF. Okay. So, and first of all, I don't believe anybody likes work that much. I don't. But hey, whatever. So then Nicole says, "You know what? I want to address the elephant in the room." And so Eva's like, "Well, what are you talking about?" And she's like, "This viral, pow pow wedding post." And so Eva tells her that, "Oh, I wasn't gonna bring it up." And Nicole's like, "Everything is just so crazy." And but when everything gets crazy, my family just really rallies around each other. Okay. So Eva then is like, "Oh, well, is Danny gonna be okay?" Like she's really concerned, right? And so Nicole explains that, everything that Danny has been through, it's absolutely natural, because she's mourning the life that she had in the life she felt she deserved. And I said, "Well, that's okay, therapist. I give you that one, but yeah, you're just a little naive for me, Nicole. A little naive. I don't know. I would need some serious office hours, and you wouldn't be able to get in and badge into a certain time. But that's just me. I'm paranoid, I guess, because I sit and watch ID all day. All right. So then we see Mona, and y'all help me out in the comments, please. What is Ashley's mama's name? Because she keeps showing up. So I need to figure out her name because my notes literally say Ashley's mama. Um, and Les is there as well. And it looks like they at some like little local diner or whatever. So Mona tells them about Laura having to have surgery. And she also lets them know that the Richardsons are taking care of all the medical expenses and treating her at Ted's private clinic and, basically treating her like family. So Les asks if the police have any leads. And Mona says they have some leads, and basically because the crash happened near some warehouses, and apparently there were cameras, so they were able to get some of the footage. So Mona talks about how dedicated Eva is, and let's just goes along with, well, that's just how I raised her. And so she's showing, so then we see Les showing Ashley's mom again. Y'all help me out in the comments. The video of Danny and Bill, and at Bill and Haley's wedding. Mona is basically quiet the whole time and basically lets them know, like, look, I don't mind a little tea, but this ain't cute to me. I consider Nicole pretty much family. And yeah, that's not amusing. Y'all over here kikiing over my homegirl's family, and it just self destructing in front of everyone. And I was like, well, you better, Mona, even though I would have peeped that a while ago. So I feel like, Mona, no shade, you're like 3 episodes too late because they've been doing this in front of you. Anyway, Tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong. So yeah, anyway, Les mentions, well, it's a good thing that Nicole is a therapist. And basically Mona's like, it's actually not a good thing because she's so busy worried about everybody else and trying to sustain them that eventually I think is gonna become too much for her. So I think that they gave us that little, remember what I told you? Put the nuggets, put it in the basket, okay? I think that's probably what's going to happen. If I could make a prediction now, and you never know with soaps, it could absolutely change. But if I can make a prediction now, I would say that she's going to find out about Eva being Ted's daughter. Then they're going to find out that Danny is sleeping with Andre. It's going to be a lot all at the same time. And then we'll go into it. Kat's gonna fill away. It's gonna be a lot, and I think it will be too much for her. I think that is my prediction. That she's good at dealing with everybody else's mess, but I think when the mess is in her yard, I don't think it'll be as easy. But we'll see. All right. So then we see Jacob, and he's looking at the video footage of Les on the motorcycle following Lauren. So then he decides to make a phone call, and I don't know who he called. Then we see Vanessa flirting with some man at the country club when Doug walks in. Okay. So Eva is checking Nicole's office, right, for evidence. When Kat walks in and it's like, who the hell are you? And why are you snooping around my mama's stuff? Okay. And Eva introduces herself, but basically Kat is still thinking like she's a little slimy. I'm not, no. Again, shout out to Kat for being aware. And now, may she be shallow? Yes. Okay. Kat is a little shallow. However, I appreciate the fact that she's not so damn naive, just like her mama, especially with everything going on right now. And them, it's just a lot. It's just a lot. They already got Sneaky Smitty on their hands. He already in the family. You got Jacob, who's the police. We don't need no extra people in here that can snitch. Okay. Just my point. All right. So basically Eva explains about, Les getting her the job, or, being friends with Mona, and, how that's her surrogate mom. And, and then they met Mona in church, and Mona recommended her. And so Kat lets her know that she's Nicole's daughter and feels like, if you would have done your research, you would have known that. So then she asked her why she didn't know who she was and why she was fumbling around in her mama's desk. Eva is like, oh, well, I know you were supposed to be at the country club. And so, basically I didn't expect to run into you. And she was like, look, what you're not going to do, you work for my mother. You handle her schedule, but don't worry about mine over here. Okay. You worry about my mama. And so basically they already don't see each other. So we already see it's going to be some sibling rivalry going on, especially if it's true. I still don't know if it's true. I mean, I still don't know if it's true. I'm gonna just be honest. Can we get a DNA sample? Can somebody call Maury? But hey, I'm pretty sure they're gonna make it true, regardless if I don't want it to be true. And yeah, so we can tell these sisters aren't really gonna feel each other. And I feel like that happened to somebody else on another soap, and I can't think about it right now. I can't figure out if it's Bold and the Beautiful or if it's Young and the Restless. That same storyline played out, but we know it ends up playing out on most of them. You end up finding about the secret sister, secret brother. That's just how it is, right? So Kat lets her know that her dad is overseeing Laura's care, and basically, so don't get too comfortable, okay? And so Eva, tries to apologize, but basically, Kat's like, your position is not solid. So, yeah, don't unpack anything, okay? Because you won't be here long. I said, well, damn, Kat, that was a little, But again, I agree with her. Something ain't right about her. And I'm just happy that she picked up on it. I just wish her mama would listen to her, but we're gonna get into that. So then we see Vanessa. She's sitting with her husband, Doug. They're having breakfast. We find out Doug is a cardiac surgeon, okay? So he apologizes for being so absent. And, she's like, oh, whatever, I forgive you because I'm doing my own thing anyway. And we all know that, right? And so, basically all the problems goes away because, He said sorry, right? So one of the guys from the country club comes over and tells Vanessa that his cousin is interested in a property of hers. Now, I absolutely knew that this was BS when he came over and did it, but whatever. And so he said, and so when she's like, when is your cousin interested in seeing it? And he's like, well, I'm gonna come see it on his behalf. And so she's like, okay, we'll meet up after breakfast. And I was like, I bet you will. I bet you will. Okay. So then Doug, I guess, realizes that he's running late for an appointment or something. And as he's leaving, he goes into his pocket and out falls a poker chip onto the table. And so, Vanessa is kind of looking sideways, like, what? And so basically, he claims that it's from a charity poker event, but we all know that that's alluding to the fact that this man probably has a gambling problem, right? So then we see Smitty and Martin. They're also at the country club. They're having breakfast, or they're actually having a conversation. And Martin gets a call from someone wanting a comment on his aunt, which obviously he refuses. And so Smitty says that basically, if he was still reporting, he wouldn't stop either. So then Eva takes calls in the office when Ted walks in, right? To her surprise. And so surprise. So anyway, and introduces himself to her. He says he was hoping to catch Nicole before breakfast. He thanks her for making his life easier. And because obviously her helping Nicole helps him, and because he just wants her to be happy, obviously. And she's basically just kind of at a loss for words, because I guess obviously, this is supposed to be my dad, so she's just, oh my God. So then Jacob walks in and interrupts and basically lets Ted know, well, Eva excuses herself, but she's listening behind the door. And basically, Jacob lets him know that he went through the security footage, but it wasn't very helpful. He tells him the motorcycle was a popular model and there was no license plate. No witnesses have come forward either, and there's no evidence left at the scene aside from skid marks from Lauren's car. Or Laura's car. So he lets Ted know that basically they're pretty much at a dead end. Kat goes and finds her mother at the country club and tells her that she met Eva, and basically that she's really not feeling her. She basically tell her she looked like a peasant, and just based off her fashion choices alone, she's not the right person for the job. And so she lets her know that she found her snooping around a desk, and tells her mother that she basically feels like she's shady. And Nicole isn't trying to hear it. She thinks that Kat's being shallow. And so Kat even offers, hey, give me a week, let me review some resumes, and I'll find somebody better for the job, a better fit for you. Okay. And Nicole basically isn't feeling Kat's behavior. And so, basically she's like, I interviewed her myself and I feel like she's good. And she came recommended from Mona, and I absolutely trust her judgment. So basically she's staying. Oh, all right. And so Kat isn't feeling this because obviously, you know, she just, again, I don't know if it's a sixth sense or whatever that she's having right now, but she just really don't see it for Eva. So then we see Ted. He finally makes it to breakfast at the country club. Nicole lets him know that she was just sharing with the kids that Danny is out having a spa day with her friend Pamela that we saw last episode. And that's one thing I did notice. We didn't get any Danny, any Bill, and any Haley, which is okay. I like the fact that they're not pouring on too much daily of everybody, right? So kudos to y'all for giving them a break, right? Or at least their storyline. So Smitty mentions that Martin wants Danny out of the press because it's affecting, it affects his poll numbers. Kat lets them know that, the video has made it to the Shade Room, Breakfast Club, TMZ, and it has no signs of slowing down. So the rest of the family is just hopeful that everything is just going to blow over. And Kat reminds them that, basically it's a small community and these got a long memory. All right. So then Les runs home after Eva texts her, and she wants to know why are you not at work? And so, and basically what's the emergency? So Eva tells her that, oh my God, I met Ted. And, so Les wants all the details. And she told her that she was stuck, frozen, and didn't know what to say. She said she doesn't blame her mother for falling for him, but claims he's faker than a knockoff Gucci. All right. She tells her how his life is centered around Nicole, and her mother reminds her that, yeah, he'll drop everything for Nicole. That's kind of how he did us. So Eva said that basically she's not going to fall for his game like everyone else, and she doesn't understand why what I will say this. I do think that acting wise, Eva is a little bit extra sometimes. I know it's soap, but sometimes I feel like she puts 20 on 10 when she's on screen. Um, However, I appreciate that her character is not stupid. I'm not saying Nicole is stupid. I can appreciate that she's not like completely just naive, and she, even if she might not say it, you could tell that she's thinking it, right? Um, so yeah, so basically Eva tells her mother about how she ran into Kat, and basically how she made her feel like she ain't gonna be there long. And so Les tells her that, once Kat finds out that you're actually her sister, that'll, she'll be broken enough. And so basically and finds out she's not Ted's only daughter, basically. Then Eva reveals that Jacob did stop by. She tells her about, what he found out about the investigation. And basically, Les tries to make it seem like, oh, I don't understand why they're even looking into it. It was an accident. And Eva's like, nah, they got that on camera. It was, purposeful. And so, but they didn't get the license plate. And, she gives her all the details. And then basically, Eva lets her know, like, it's weird, I feel a sense of guilt that I'm somewhat benefiting from Laura's, horrible situation. And, Les is like, you shouldn't feel no type of way. And then she was like, well, why shouldn't I? And I said, good girl, Eva. Okay. And so she was like, well, I just can't help but shake this feeling. So I'm gonna have to come right out and ask you, Mom. Um, did you do that foul to Laura just to get me this job? Because that's kind of crazy, real talk. And of course, so then Les manipulates her with her, fake shock, and how dare you think that I would, after everything that we've been through and everything I've done for you. Um and so, and she's like, "And are you straying away from the plan?" And we all know the plan is for Eva to infiltrate the Duprees or the Richardsons, and basically get them to trust her, so that way Les can slide and slither her way in, and drop the news that basically Eva is actually Ted's daughter, so she can claim her name and her birthright. So and I don't think it's gonna go like that. I think that Eva's smart enough, and I think that she longs for a father figure. Um, and especially Ted, because he obviously comes off very sweet and whatever. So I absolutely think that it's not gonna go the way Les is thinking it's gonna go. Because I think Eva wants a father more than she cares about pleasing her mother. I may be wrong. Y'all drop down in the comments. That's just my prediction. So Jacob meets with his father, who is apparently the chief of police. I did not get his name. Did I get his name? I did not get his name. But I will say that he was kind of handsome. Daddy was kind of handsome. Okay. I mean, but so was Jacob. But Daddy, for an older gentleman, Daddy was fine. All right. So he explains that he's upset that he didn't react at the wedding and feels like, he let his dad down. His father lets him know that basically at this point in your life, your duty is your family now. And in my opinion, you handled it just fine. And, basically tells him to stop beating himself up and let it be. Okay. So, but we could tell that it's still bothering Jacob. Again, Jacob and Smitty, we already got two in the family. Let's not bring no more. Okay. So then we see Doug clearly got a gambling problem, okay? And he's at the casino losing money. He tries to bargain with the lady at the casino so he could try to get credit to keep playing, but he can't even pay his tab. So he calls his boy hoping that he can vouch for him, I guess, since he works for the owner, Randy. Randy is his homeboy's name, and Randy isn't interested in helping him or risking his safety in order to support his downfall. And so basically, Randy tells him to humble himself, and he's like, "Your wife got some money, call her, because I ain't helping you." And yeah, I don't even know if he can leave if he hasn't paid his bill. But yeah, and so meanwhile, Vanessa is showing a house to this boy from the country club, but we know that she's not really showing a house. She's just screwing this young man. Okay, so Kat is still, and I think if Vanessa honestly knew, she would probably divorce Doug. But that's what it gives me. because she really doesn't seem that interested in being married to him. Just being honest. From what we've seen of them, it doesn't give that it's very loving. Okay. So Smitty sits and talks with Nicole about losing himself now that the kids are getting older. He doesn't know what to do with his time. Nicole tells him basically, well, you need to find time to do something for yourself. And so he finally admits that he's been thinking about getting into reporting. And meanwhile, Martin is behind the wall listening. So Smitty also shares that he's been talking to people about, potential opportunities. And so Nicole is like, oh no. So basically, this is not just a thought. You've already started taking steps. And so she's like, have you told Martin? And he's like, nah, I haven't said anything yet. And so Smitty leaves, claiming he's going off to a committee meeting, which I feel like that was a lie, but y'all can weigh in. Let me know what you think. And Martin basically tells his mother that he wants to talk to his mom about his career, and basically tells her that he is considering running for president. And I said, okay, Martin, all right. But Martin, we clearly, you got secret. I mean, we all got secrets, right? But I mean, we have a felon in office. So Martin, forget whatever I was getting ready to say. Go for it, brother. Go for it. But yeah, y'all. So that was this episode, Tuesday's episode of Beyond the Gates. Thank you so much for being here. If you have not already, please make sure that you've hit the like button. Please make sure you comment, and make sure that you subscribe and hit the notification bell. Yeah, so when I'm dropping new recaps, and when we're going live, because we will be live this evening. And yeah, y'all, we appreciate you being here. Have a great day. Enjoy it. Happy hump day. Oh, is it hump day or it's Thursday? Jesus Christ. But yeah, y'all. And I will catch y'all later on for episode 9, Thursday's episode. So yeah, y'all. Bye-bye.